What's up guys, George Lehman here. I want to make another video for you guys. Not a training video, not really a real estate video. I wanted to talk about my favorite thing to work for, my favorite currency to work for, my favorite payment that I work for. And obviously most people would say money, right? Money actually doesn't do very much for me. It allows me to buy things that make me more money. There was like a study done, it's over like 75 or 80,000 something a year. Money stops linearly making you happier. And I would imagine in Southeast Asia, that number is much lower. It's probably closer to like 24,000 a year or something like that. Or maybe 36,000 a year, you're getting massages and living very nicely, going on vacations and stuff. What I like to work for, my favorite thing to work for, is knowledge. And I know it sounds a bit Tai Lopez-ish. And I hate to be corny, but my favorite thing to work for is to learn new things that benefit me. So basically, I take on what I consider to be part-time work with myself as the employer, and the currency that I'm paid in is the new information that I receive and how that impacts my life. So I'll sit down and I'll listen to a book. In the past it was on maybe investing or something like that, and that new information would in turn make me a more valuable asset to my business, and I would be worth more. And it's to the point now where I'm pretty certain that if I was to have nothing, I could start over again, and it would take quite a while, but I could eventually build back up to much larger than where I am now, given I lived long enough. So most people think, oh, I work because I want to get money so I can blah. And you have to consider the value that you're getting from things that don't pay you in cash. One thing is like philosophy, stoicism, stuff like that. The benefits that you get from learning about that will give you a happiness that you are searching for in money. So the goal with money is so you can have certain things or have certain comforts or have a certain whatever happiness, a desired end result in your mind is basically what you're shooting for. You can say, no, a desired end result in real life, but that's to affect how you feel. So you can get something like that by learning how to appreciate what you have and learning how to properly view the world and view the situations you're in. You can look at things very negatively, or you can look at them very positively, or you can cling to things that aren't within your power to control and be upset when you can't control them, or you can just graciously accept that you can't control them and you shouldn't try and cling to things that you can't control because they're not really yours. So my favorite thing to work for is stuff like that, because you can't count that the same way that you can count money. You can count money and go, okay, this month I made $1,000 working full-time minimum wage after taxes and stuff and whatever. That's not very good. But if you spend, say, an hour a day reading a book, you might have gained an insight, a knowledge that provides you more satisfaction and happiness and more improvement to your life than someone who's very wealthy, if they were to spend $1 million, could get, or if they were to make $1 million, could get, or maybe more, maybe $1 billion. There are very rich people that for them to lose $1 billion or make $1 billion or $1 million or whatever wouldn't result in the same satisfaction as you learning how to control something like, say, anxiety or anger, if anger impacts your life horribly, which it has for me in the past, as well as anxiety in the past, specifically with drinking and stuff like that. People really don't place the proper value on this sort of thing. See, you can create like part-time jobs for yourself that make and save you money. Another one would be fitness. That's actually probably my favorite one. Not only do you theoretically live longer, you theoretically live better, you feel better, you save money on food, as most people spend more money on junk food than healthy food, believe it or not. It's easy to spend $50 a day on crap and spend $6 a day on chicken breasts and rice and vegetables. So you save money, you make money. In theory, if you have more energy and you look better and you have more confidence, the chances that you don't make more money at your work are very low. The chances that you don't date a better partner than you would have gotten, because you're like the people you're around, you're going to associate with people like yourself. So if you have more energy and you look better and you're the kind of person that works on things hard and has goals and stuff, you're going to attract someone like that. And together you're going to flourish even more so. So just by taking up a hobby like lifting, you're going to save money, you're going to make money, you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, people are going to treat you better, you're going to have a better relationship, better love life. Your kids are going to do better. That's going to save you lots of money because you won't have to pay for all their crap. You're going to save a bunch of money in health. That is a very, very, very high payment to work ratio. So you change how you eat a little bit, you save $1,000 a month, you save $1 million over a lifetime in health issues maybe, you live an extra 10 years longer, and maybe you make an extra couple $1 million over your lifetime because you had more energy, more ambition, more confidence, were treated better, were respected more, found a better girlfriend that gave you more support and worked together with you to create a better life. This is a form of work that you really have to take into consideration, and a form of payment that you'll receive that most people don't count. So they come home from their $8 an hour job or whatever, and they don't pick up a book written by someone that spent their entire life getting good at a subject that will transform your life if you were to dive into it and practice it and care about it. And so you can do that with 5 minutes a day. You can do that with 10 minutes a day. My brother got a book by the Daily Stoic. He just put it in his bathroom and read a page whenever he was sitting out on the toilet. It's just one page. You read a day, I guess. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the guy's videos. Ryan Holiday is, I believe, his name, and it's great stuff. Stoicism is a great thing. If you practice Stoicism properly, you don't need the same levels you thought you did of success to be happy. And that makes you in turn wealthier with what you have. So if I have whatever, $2 million, and I'm not as happy as you with $1,000, as a matter of fact, I'm miserable and I'm unhappy and I'm grumpy and I complain and I'm unhealthy, and you're none of those things, you're the opposite of those things, I would consider you wealthier than me. Even if you work more, maybe you must like your work because I'm more unhappy than you. I mean, that's a relatively extreme example, but when you can learn to appreciate the things you have more, you become wealthier. Okay, so it's a fantastic principle. And you don't just become wealthier in the perspective of money, you become, because you don't want as many things and you enjoy the things you have more, but you become wealthier in a number of ways. You become spiritually wealthier by not being miserable, by not being unhappy, by not being ungrateful, by not being morbid. So these are the things that I prefer to work for. A lot of people, I saw at least one or two people, they were saying, oh, you wouldn't want to have the whole day to yourself because you're not providing to society, you need to do something. It's like, well, if you have the whole day to yourself, you get to decide to work on much more important things that have a much larger role. With the 8 hours a day you spend working minimum wage full-time somewhere, for example, can you imagine if you spent that same amount of time working on improving the quality of your thoughts and learning about investing and business building? Can you imagine the effect that would have on your life over a year as opposed to the effect working minimum wage for a year would have? And obviously, you know, 16 hours a day of reading and work isn't a very reasonable thing to do, but an hour with a book that costs $5 from someone that has attained knowledge over a lifetime, or a $15 book, $10 book, knowledge over a lifetime that could seriously impact your life. I mean, there's they got Tai Lopez or whatever. He's got, you know, these books you can read, kind of broken down by the author and stuff. It's a few dollars a month, and you get however many books he has access to. There's things out there for you that's like, and mind you, I don't have his service. There's things out there for you that if you put in a few minutes a day, the payment, although not in cash just yet, the payment of that extremely part-time job is so high, it's exponentially more rewarding. It's an exponentially better investment than basically any other investment you could make, is to invest in your own mind and your own knowledge, because your whole point of reference is up here. That's how you view the whole world. Affecting that, programming your computer properly with new knowledge and new informations and new outlooks on how to navigate the course of life, and how to avoid, you know, the viruses and stuff. I like using a computer reference. that's going to make a bigger impact on your life. That's going to be a better investment. That's going to be a higher payment than any type of money you're probably going to get from a typical job. Well, that goes without saying, I would say. Knowledge is power. Anyways, I wanted to make that video for you guys. There's my thoughts on that. That's my favorite thing to work for. I would much rather achieve knowledge than money, because the knowledge will lead to money, and it will lead to what I want from money, which is happiness and being content and, not having as many struggles and stuff like that. As always, guys, thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out musclemasochist.com for coaching, training programs, and stuff like that. Thanks.